Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the part three of journal selection series. In the last sessions, we had talked about what all journal finders, why we actually need a strategy to find the journals, why we do that, what are the tools available for finding the journals, and how we can use that. First of all, we have to make sure, everyone, that we don't get into the trap of predatory journals. We all, like, if you have done it so far, let's make sure that we don't do it in future, because recognized peer reviewed journal plays a very critical role as an academic and as a researcher. So let's even if we publish, or as a budding researcher you publish one or two research papers in a year, that's completely fine, but let's not get into the trap of predatory journals. For finding or for using the journal finder tools, we need three things. We need a paper title, abstract, and keywords. For using these tools, of course, we have to manually go individually to all the journals and check the scope, the aim of the journal. We have to check, we may check time to first decision, because it's important. If the journal is not publishing or not, like the paper is not aligning, how much and how early the journal can give us a first decision on that. That is also important. Open access and subscribed version, what mode the journal is publishing in, because remember, if we are not intending to pay anything, we will be needing the journals who are either publishing in subscribed version or having a hybrid approach of using the both. Okay, because remember, for only open access journals we will be requiring, or we need to pay an heavy article processing fees, which we might not be able to pay as an budding researcher, right? So if you are intending to pay, let's go ahead, and you can definitely go ahead with open access publication. But if you are not having a budget of paying, we may go ahead with subscribed version. So it's up to us, and we have to go and manually check this on the journal page. We can also go and check the ranking, like whether the journal is Scopus Index, whether the journal is Web of Science or ABDC Index, what is the ranking in ABDC if it is ABDC Index. So all these things we can go and check. Then comes the tools, which we are going to do hands-on today. So let's quickly go on Google and check that. But before that, let's remember that we'll be needing a sample title. So I have just taken a sample title, a sample abstract and keywords for this, because we are going to use the tools and doing the hands-on on the journal finder tools. So let's go ahead with checking how it functions. So let me just quickly copy this abstract for you, so that we can see how these tools works. So let's go first to the Elsevier journal finder tools. So we can just simply go and just type in Elsevier journal finder, and the first link which comes here, let's click on that. So the moment we are here, yeah, so the moment we are here, so let's just paste our abstract over here. You can paste the other things as well if you have. As at the moment I have just an abstract, so I'll go ahead with that. I'll click on find journals, and then there are a lot of options which will be shown to me. Now you can see over here, if I'm looking for only subscribed versions, I can click on this. I can also reduce that. Okay, I want my first decision in within 25 days. So who all are the journals which provides the first decision in within 25 days, right? So all these things we can filter from the left hand side corner. And what are RD journals? But it's recommended that don't blindly follow it. Go on journals page from here and check what exactly and all the criterias which we have discussed and which we are discussing, that whether my paper is actually aligning with the journal or not. So we have to individually go and read either from here more about the journal, like the scope and aim is already given over here, we need not to go to journal homepage. However, if you want to read more about the journal, you can simply visit the journal page from here. Okay, and always remember that these links which are available over here will be the official homepage or official page of the journal. So it reduces the chances of us as well to get into the trap of predatory journal. So prefer going to the journal page from here. So you can check all the journals which are suggested over here and just go ahead with reading about and further filtering out the best journal for yourself based on the criterias given on the left hand side, in addition to all the criterias which you have for yourself and for your research article. The next tool which we are going to see is Springer Journal Suggester. So if we are intending to publish with Springer journals or Springer publishers, we can just go and use the Springer Journal Suggester tool. Journal Suggester. Yes, and the first link, just a moment. Springer Journal Suggester. Yeah. So we can just go on Springer website like this. Let's have a look at this. And then we can just paste the abstract over here, find the journals. So you can see again we have a lot of journals given by the Springer publishers. Now further we'll follow the same approach. You can just in brief read about the journals from here. If you want to read in detail about the journals, you can simply click on this and you can go to you'll be directed to the official journal page or authentic journal page of the particular journal. So you may check from here what is the mode, what is the index downloads, what are the keywords in which the journal majorly publishes, what is the time they take for the giving the first decision, right? So remember, if we are a budding researcher, we might not be having a lot of time to give it to the first decision, or sometimes we want the decision in, so we prefer, like as a researcher, we prefer less time for the first decision, because if the journal is not intending to publish our paper, the we don't want that journal to actually keep the paper for a longer period of time, right? But if you have the time, definitely go ahead with uh, submitting to the journals with a lot of time, which takes a lot of time. And it's worth it, I feel, because sometimes the journal takes a lot of like the editor really thinks about your paper and takes a lot of time to decide on your manuscript. So let's be mindful about that, and we can just, as indicated, we can just manually filter this out as well. The next tool which we can again see, and the approach is same, that is for Wiley Journal Finder. So if we are intending to publish with Wiley, the similar way, the Wiley Journal Finder tools is also available. You can just simply paste the abstract, and if we want to paste the title as well, so let's do that and just find. Okay, let's find one once again. Okay, so here are the journals as you can see on the screen, and the relevance rate meter, you can see how relevant the journal is as per my keywords and my title. Further, you can see whether they publish open access, so it's optional whether you want to pay article processing fees or open access. You can do that. If not, you can publish and subscribe. For individually or manually checking on the journal, you can just click on this and read more about the journal, so that all the criterias which are there of you as a researcher, you can just align with them with the journal. But this definitely gives you a first eye view on, or first hand information on the journals and what journals are aligning with your aim and scope. So this is about Wiley's Journal Finder. The next tool which we are going to discuss is um, Scopus Index. So Scopus is already having a Scopus database access is first thing that matters, and second is Scopus account is created once you will publish your first paper. And to throw more light on this, remember that for medical field, we have majorly Jane is used. So Jane, that is Jane Journal Finder, you Jane, you can use that. Apart from this, for engineering purposes, we have IEEE Publication Recommender. So you can use that if you are from engineering field. I can, and if you face any problem, please feel free to type in the chat box. I'll cover that as well, or type in the comment box. Similarly, we have MDPI Journal Finder and so many journal finders. I will attach all the links to journal finders in the description for your convenience. Uh, I want to show you Simago journal ranking, that how we do that. So let's go on Simago journal ranking. So it's Simago. Yes. So the moment you publish, you actually enter your area. So let's say marketing. So the moment we enter this, all lot of journals are shown to us. So individually, you can go to different journals, and these are very renowned journals. So all the journals which Semago shows, you can just see all the details related to these journals here in one hand go. And you can also see the journals which are very well matching with this journal. So if not this particular journal, what are the other options which you can publish with? So you can get a first hand information with it. And also, if you want to ask something, you can also like, it is like a chat box you can use, and you can post and the team will get back to you. So these are a few options which you can also explore. So this is in short about the journal finder tools that are available. They are available for maximum of the publishers out there. You can just type in on the Google and you will get to know about this. So that is in short about the journal finder tools. Thank you so much.